Lawrence, of course, this has been a year that you were hoping to end with a world title shot. You've now got a change of opponent and it probably won't be for a world title. So how difficult has it been preparing for this fight?
Oh, no, it's been good. You know, obviously the change of opponent happened quite late. So, you know, there was no let up in camp. You know, I've been training hard for a long time now. So, you know, I've dealt with this kind of thing as a pro and as an amateur. Of course, you know, it's disappointing potentially not boxing for a world title, but ultimately I still have a fight to win. I'm blessed to still actually have a fight anyway. So training's been good, you know, change of opponent, you know, I think it would be more difficult if, you know, he had a different style, but he's a, you know, orthodox fighter, you know, good fighter, but it's not like he has any sort of stylistic thing that I think, you know, I won't be able to deal with.
And of course, we've seen many other boxers with promising careers slip up this year. How focused are you to make sure you don't end the career of becoming one of them?
Extremely. I think that's it's been a big motivating factor, obviously, not just in preparation, but now, you know, with the change of opponent, because, you know, I started thinking to myself, yeah, let me book a holiday now, and and I had to kind of snap out of it and say, you know what, like, this is like, in reality, nothing's a foregone conclusion. You know, I've won all my fights, so is the guy that I'm boxing, so, you know, we're both going to be going in expecting to leave winners, do you know what I mean? So, you know, I feel like the ultimate respect you can pay to your opponents is to train extremely hard and then focus completely on them. So I'm paying him the utmost respect, and that way I should avoid a slip up.
And of course, this time last year, you were speaking about hopefully ending the year as a world champion. That might not be the case, not for anything that you've done, but due to the pandemic. If you to look forward to 2021, how do you expect your 2021 to go?
The most important thing is to win this fight, you know, and then from there, you know, I believe there's the world title shot there. You know, I'm number 1 or 2 in the WBO, so, you know, as long as I'm able to win and keep my ranking, then my next fight would be for the world title. So, you know, I just expect it to be just, you know, more steps in the right direction, which is, you know, progressing.
Cool. Thanks and good luck on Saturday.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Next, if we pass to Ron Lewis, please.
Lawrence, hi mate.
Are you right?
Oh yeah. Who was it who broke it to you, and how did you take it when you were actually told the world title fight was off?
It was my manager, Will, and there's a certain way that he speaks where I knew something was up. It was so weird. He's like, "Oh, Lawrence, you're right. Like, did you sleep well?" And just, and I was just like, "Nah, something. What's going on? I've done my COVID test and I've been good. Like, I haven't seen no girls. What's?" Then, you know, I just said, "Get to it. What's going on here? Because something's up." Then, you know, he just said, you know, unfortunately, Glowacki's got COVID, and, you know, it all got dropped in bits and bobs. So it's okay, he's got COVID, but you got someone else to fight. Okay. Oh no, he's not doesn't want to fight anymore. Okay. So it's just little bits and bobs. So after the first bit of bad news, you know, I kind of just took it and just said, you know what, I'm still fighting on Saturday. Yeah, no problem. And so all the other stuff, you know, it's brilliant to win titles and all this other stuff, but ultimately the most important thing is to be able to get out, have a fight, you know, work on stuff that I've been doing in training, get a bit, if there's anything such as ring rust, I'll find that on Saturday, hopefully clear that off and still get the victory. And then just get the momentum going again.
Obviously, I mean, you know, we talked in the past. You're not a very, you admit yourself, you're not a very experienced boxer as a pro or an amateur. So every fight like this is a big step forward to you, whether it's for a world title or not, because you know, and especially you're so new with Shane as well, and he's very much been changing your style. What's he been doing with you? What are we going to see new?
the type of fight he enjoys more. What's the word that I would use? Explosiveness and like, you know, throwing your shots with intent. You know, because like obviously I naturally punch quite hard, but he doesn't really like, you know, when I just tippy tap and just throw lots of punches. He'll prefer me to throw less punches, a lot harder. So that's kind of what we've been working on. So yeah, I've just kind of been focusing on that stuff and just overall confidence, because I'm a very confident person and a confident fighter. But you know, it's a different thing on fight night to, you know what, stay there, throw the shots that you've been working on, and then it's like evade, as opposed to throw a shot and, you know, before you've thrown it, you're already thinking of the way out. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes together against, you know, Big J on the weekend.
A lot of big heavyweights big you up as you know, you've done the rounds with them. You've been around sparring a lot of the big guys. You know, obviously the two champions in Joshua and Fury you share the ring with. What does it mean to you when they say, "Watch out for Okolie, he can handle himself"?
Yeah, it's obviously great, you know, for my confidence once again. But ultimately, you know, like I feel like it's up to me to kind of do it on, you know, fight night. So obviously this one's not a world title shot, but in the camp, you know, as I'm training, I just kept saying to myself and to the team, you know, like since, you know, I was an amateur sparring AJ and Dylan and all these guys, and you know, coaches and that kind of stuff, mate, you're gonna go all the way. And you know, you take it, you know, but I don't know if they say that to everyone. And I was thinking, you know what, we're here, like about to go all the way that we spoke about. Unfortunately, it's not the case through COVID, but you know, I still have an opportunity to keep that momentum going. So it feels good. It's always giving me a little bit of an extra push. Do you know what I mean? To say, if I can do it in sparring, I should be able to do it on fight now when it matters. So yeah, it's good.
Excellent. Thanks, Lawrence. Speak soon.
Cheers.
Thanks, Ron. If you go to Matt from Behind the Gloves next, please.
Hey, Lawrence, it's Matt from Behind the Gloves. What I wanted to ask you was, although you've had that change of opponent, and as I was say, that's a bit of a downer for you, you are going to be fighting in front of fans. How pleased are you that we've managed to, you know, get that on, so you've at least got 1,000 fans there to support you?
Yes, it's brilliant. I'm obviously very happy about that. I haven't actually boxed without a crowd, so I won't be able to tell you the difference. So for me, it's good. It'll be good just to have a few people there, just you know, just for a little bit of an atmosphere. Obviously, I'm not boxing for the world title, by the sounds of it. So, you know, at least, you know, we're moving in the right direction. So I'm happy.
Yeah. Another thing what I want to mention is, has Anthony Joshua given you any advice, you know, leading you into these big fights now that you are on the cusp of challenging for a world title? What sort of key advice has he given you whilst you're going into these fights?
I think obviously, you know, I take advice from him. However, you know, I feel like we've got to the stage now where it's like, I don't, like, he knows I'm not the type of person that needs someone to tell, listen, champ, this is your time. You can do it. Like, I'm quite, you know, it's quite straightforward. You know, if I need advice, I'll call him. But it's never about, you know, the fight. It's more so, okay, look, now how do you get better sleep, or, you know, those other kind of things. In terms of actually the big occasions and stuff like that, to be honest, I've been in big occasions in my own mind. You know, when I boxed Isaac at the O2, that was a world title fight, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? For me, when I box, every fight I have, it's like there's the weight of expectation where, is he going to be a world champion? Is he not? Is he a hype job? Is this and that? So I've always had to deal with it. So I feel like in the build up to it, you know, obviously we chat and stuff, but he hasn't given me any, let's say, advice about handling the occasion, because he knows that that's not the way that I operate.
Brilliant. Cheers, Lawrence, and good luck for Saturday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. If you go to Nate Williams next, please.
Hi, Lawrence. How you doing, mate? Long time no see.
Definitely, yes. How are you?
Yeah. I just want to take you back actually, because your last 3 fights have ended in stoppages, and that was from the Matty Askin fight, which got a lot of criticism on Twitter. It wasn't very exciting. It wasn't very, you know, dramatic in terms of your improvement on the last few fights. So Is it important to you now how you finish a fight?
Yeah, I think, it's always nice because I prefer nice comments to bad comments, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like knockouts usually get the good comments. And also, it's just a testament to myself getting better, because there's nothing that I hate more than watching my own fights back and not being impressed. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, forget what anyone can say on Instagram or anything like that, because I just say to myself, I beat them up. So I don't really take criticism from people. However, when I can look at myself and say, that wasn't great, like, you know what I mean? Like, the decisions I'm making in there are creating that, because no matter what, I can blame the other person all day long. Yeah, he was scared of my pack. But ultimately, it's up to me to make the right decisions, take a step back, or, push off, or anything. Do you know what I mean? So yes, it is important to me. And hopefully, well, not hopefully, I'm going to do everything in my power to keep that KO streak going.
And just one more from me. I noticed in lockdown, you were tweeting some rap videos that you've been working on. If you get that world title, is a record deal on the cards? Maybe. How did that come about?
It's a shame the world title fights, mate. But it's lockdown. There's a lot more time at home, free time, so I kind of just went to the studio a few times, and I liked what came out. Then I spoke to a few artists who also liked it. I don't know if they only said that because I'm a boxer. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So you're not gonna try for a single, no?
Oh, yeah, most certainly. Most certainly. Let's go for Christmas number one. You know what I mean? It's a shame I don't have the world title to match it, but yeah, it's all good.
Okay, Lawrence. Thanks very much.
Sweet.
Thanks, Nate. If we go to Jonathan Nagyoff from Pro Boxing Fans next, please.
Hey, Lawrence, you all right?
Yeah, how's it going?
Good, thanks. What do you know about your new opponent, Glowacki, going into this fight? He's obviously unbeaten, a lot younger than Glowacki. Do you think in some ways, I'm sure you're disappointed it's not the world title fight, it's the kind of blessing that you have this extra fight in before the world title to get that extra experience?
Yeah, no, it is. I feel like, I have to pay, respect or like take heed from fighters, the past and stuff, with stuff like ring rust and all that. So it'll be good to get in there and just go through the feeling of being punched with 10-ounce gloves. Hopefully not too much. Punches on with 10-ounce gloves, hopefully a lot. And then we'll see what happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like it's another fight with Shane as my coach, do you know what I mean? And just the opportunity to sort of get out there, feel what it's like with less of a crowd. So lots of stuff. I'm just seeing the positives, really.
Cheers, Lawrence. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jonathan. If we go to Andy from Boxing Social next, please.
Hi, Lawrence. How you doing?
Oh, good, thanks.
Good stuff. Just talk to me about Glowacki, Lawrence. What exactly are you expecting from him stylistically come Saturday night?
I expect him to he's a really good boxer and a good counter puncher and just a really good pure boxer. Do you know what I mean? So watching what I've been able to watch with him and Shane also, it's, I can't be sloppy or overreach and stuff like that, because he's a good counter puncher. He's a big guy, so he'll obviously be able to punch a bit as well. So I just have to be switched on and then and get my work off.
You mentioned obviously working with Shane. How have you found kind of the experiences whilst you've been together, and what's been the kind of the biggest benefit you've seen and the developments of your own abilities throughout your time together?
I think just explosiveness, like sort of dominating rounds as well. Do you know what I mean? Not just like sort of like fiddling through them, just literally dominating.
Obviously, with the Glowacki fight being delayed or pushed back till next year now, mentally, how frustrating was it when that first kind of come about and you did find out that the fight couldn't go ahead?
Oh yeah, that was normal. It was all right. Like I felt obviously, it wasn't just given to me. Glowacki's got COVID and that's that. It was like, here, this is it. This is it. Sorry, let me just turn off the PlayStation. Yeah. So anyway, I was given it in things. So you still got to fight. We're still trying to get your fights out. You're still boxing the same day. All of that other stuff. So for me, I was calm with it.
Is it easy to motivate yourself still to the level that you was before Glowacki pulled out for Jaszewski?
Probably a bit more, to be honest, because you know, it's now the Glowacki fight is like, so I wanted to beat Makabu, the guy that I boxed last. I can't remember how to say it, Makabu, for the European title, just to become European champion. Then I became mandatory or whatever it was. I got called to box for the world title, but now it's like that is a fight away. So it's like now I have to win this one to get a world title shot, as opposed to the world title shot just landing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel even more motivated because, you know, winning the world title is amazing, but I was already there. Now it's like, oh my days, you're almost a step back. You have to win this one to now be in the world title fight. So I feel motivated. And also the guy is Polish as well. And he's what's the word? Motivated. I can tell, I can see from Twitter and this, that, and other. He's motivated because he wants that all Polish fight to happen, you know, for him for the world title. So I have to take that away from him.
Lawrence, that's the last one from me. So best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.